Well, hello, folks, and welcome along to the 2024 Queensland State Lead Championships here at Frank Indoor Climbing. Just not too far from Brisbane, folks. You can see right there, Brisbane in the distance. Jason Witten here, your commentator for today's live stream of the Open B Para and Masters State Lead Championships here in Queensland, folks. Welcome along. It's a great, fantastic sunny day outside, but the action for today when it comes to climbing is all indoors, folks, at Crank Climbing Centre here in wonderful Brisbane. Just going to go into the action, folks. Big welcome to everyone on the live stream. Thanks for joining. Just a moment ago, we had everyone out in the Open B and Para and Masters doing the viewing of the climbs this afternoon. We've got the finals this morning. We had the qualifiers, folks, and the top 8 athletes went through to the finals. Usually I'm joined by Ian Gilmartin, but today I'm flying hand solo, so wish me luck. And there you go. Good to see you, folks. Excited to be here with you today. Tomorrow we've got the Open A, but today we've got the Open B, the Para and the Masters coming to you live this afternoon. Like I said, we just had the viewing this afternoon, and we've got our top 8 athletes coming out in just a moment. We'll have 4 athletes on the climbing wall all at once, so there'll be plenty of action going on, that's for sure. And you know, you won't want to miss it, folks. So make sure you grab some refreshments and sit yourself down and lock yourself away for the next little bit. Give us a shout out in YouTube if you're there. I know we've got a few of you online right now, which is fantastic. So let us know where you are and where you're dialing in from. It'd be great to hear from you and who you're supporting today. If you're here today supporting on the live stream, maybe you're dialing in from somewhere around the world, around the country, even around the state, maybe even within the city, popping up down the road. Let us know. Give us a bit of a hello in the chat if you're there. But anyway, folks, why don't we have a bit of a look at who qualified in for today's Open B finals, and we might have a look at who's up. Now, it goes in reverse order, folks. The number 8 and number 1, it comes out in reverse order. So number 8 comes out first, and reverse order all the way to number 1. Now, if we have a little look at the qualifiers, there was 2 qualifiers this morning, folks. Qualifier 1 and qualifier 2, and Lewin Randall was the highest qualifier on both of those. So closely followed by Riley, Samuel, Laith, Elijah, Angus, Lachlan, and Samuel O'Neill. So all Queenslanders here. Sometimes, folks, we have interstate travellers or competitors, but this is an all Queensland final in the Open Bs, which is fantastic. That's your top 8 right there, folks. They'll be coming out in reverse order, number 8 to number 1. So that's what will be happening. Let's go to the Open B female and have a bit of a look. Again, 8 to 1. Brooke qualified in first place, all the way down to Emma in 8th, and Emily, Kayla, Samantha, Michaela, Daniela, Sarah, all competing for the top spot here this afternoon, folks. It'll be great to see the action momentarily. Now let's go to the Masters. You can see a few familiar names there for me. A couple of the Sports Climbing Queensland board members on there as well, but in first to 8th. Now, Neil and Tui qualified in pretty well equal spots when it comes to the top for the Masters male, and that was pretty close. So there you go. Number 1 and 1 shared. Paul, Wing, Nathan, Jimmy, Warren, and Peter all there for the Masters male, and 2 Masters female today. Emily and Michelle douching it out. One of them will be the number 1, We've got para male as well, which is fantastic to see. All of the opportunities for everyone here in the finals this afternoon. Kobe and Jason in the para male, Narani, Eddie, Jeanette, and Renee all in the para female. It says lead semi-finals there, but I believe it's the finals. So if I'm mistaken, well, they'll fix me up. But there you go, folks. Finals competitors all ready to roll, and we've got some great route setting and some climbing ahead of us this afternoon. So sit back and enjoy, and we'll get ourselves underway real soon. Now, big shout out before we get going to those who have supported the competitions being put on. Big shout out to see, you can see the volunteers. Lots of volunteers come along and help us out with getting these competitions off the ground. So big shout out to Sport Climbing Queensland. You've got the judges, you've got the volunteers, you've got the belayers, you've got everybody involved in the competition. So that's fantastic. Big shout out to them, and also a big shout out to a couple of our sponsors as well here today. And while we're in that mode, why don't we take a look at a couple of the sponsors before we get the climbing underway. There you go. Great to hear from a couple of sponsors. K2 has always been a great supporter and sponsor of the competitions here in Queensland. Great place to go shopping too. Got lots of good stuff. Get up there myself and get my climbing shoes. So if you're out and about, folks, and need a bit of gear, get along to those guys. Also climbing anchors. Fantastic to have them sponsoring the show as well. But before we get going, folks, I thought we might have a little look at what's in store. You can see the boulder problems, not the boulder problems. Hey, I'm going to need to catch up. The lead climbing problems or lead climbing routes on the wall, and I thought we might have a little look at what the routes entail for us coming up here this afternoon, and have a little bit of a let's say a forerun as we're going along. Now, on the right-hand side here, you can see the white lead climb. This is the one we'll be watching over here. And that'll be, I believe, one of the para climbs. Now, the white camera's in the way there, but we'll be rolling up through the roof and the finish at the top. Just so everyone knows, if you're new to lead competitions, as you go along, each of the holds carry a point. It's a point system. You climb from the bottom to the top, and there might be a maximum of 30, 40 points to achieve all the way to the top. And as you progress from each hold is worth a point. Now, there is a plus in the climbing scoring system. If you make a move from one to the other, but you don't get hold of the climb, or you don't control that hold, then it's called a plus. So it might be, 10 plus or 11 plus or 12 plus or something like that, or 12. You just got to hold number 12 and couldn't move past it. And you must, to finish the climb, you must, control the top and clip the anchors. Make sure you do that. So that's the first one there, folks. And over here we've got the couple in the middle. Now, I believe they are the open B climbs. The orange one on the right here, all the way through up there, and the red one all through here. I like the idea of a couple of little tougher pieces here once we change the shape and trajectory of the wall. and looking forward to seeing how the athletes navigate through those sections. The team will be getting some great shots on that, I'm quite sure, as we go along. So hopefully we can get some good action on the wall and make sure we see a little bit of climbing. But last but not least, over on this side, we've got one last route, which is the yellow. Makes its way up through here. A little bit of a open book corner there, and makes our way to the top. So that's what we've got in store this afternoon, folks. Good little bit of action. And I think we're just about to get our first competitors underway. As we go out, we've got our first lead climber ready to roll. And I think that is the Open B male, which looks like that would be Samuel. Our first competitor here. Now, we might be able to get a bit of a closer shot in there, but now he's gotten off the ground. He can't come back down. Now, you've got your belaya here, just making sure we keep an eye on Samuel as he makes the first few moves off the ground, clipping the clip draw as we go along. Looks like there's a couple of big jugs in the early stages of this lead route. Plenty of holds to choose from. Plenty of interesting square-looking blocks as you go along there, but they're probably not as positive as you want them to be. And you can just see there, Samuel trying to grab onto that big orange square block, and it not being as positive as he thought it might be. So some of those holds are sometimes maybe put on there by the route setters as maybe what I might call a little bit of a fake hold or an energy zapper as you go along. But we've got over here, by the looks of it, our first climber in the para female, I believe, Renee, on the right-hand side. And let's see. Oh, Samuel. You can see the elbow coming up there. Samuel, sure he would have preferred to do a little bit better than that as he's going along. But anyway, Renee is still on the wall, making her way there. Finding a little spot here. Now, Renee's on top rope. So instead of lead climbing, the lead is as you clip it as you go. Clip into the quick draws as you go along. Keep the rope below you and you move upwards, making sure you clip each of the quick draws as you go. Now, Renee is on top rope, which the rope is up through an anchor at the top and down to her. She's making her way hopefully through this next section. Now we've got our first female Open B female out by the look of it, and I think that's Salem right there. So Salem looking quite confident the first few moves, which is great news. Let's see if she can make her way up through this section. Now it kicks back a little bit here, gets a bit steep. Now each of the athletes needs to make sure that they clip each of the quick draws as they go along. Now those quick draws, you can climb past them a little bit, but according to the rules, you can't climb past your knee level without clipping the quick draw. And usually if you can, you find yourself a comfortable spot to do that as you go along. So Salem, no, that's Emily there. As we're going along. Oh, Emma. Okay. I was reading out the wrong person on my list, but that's okay. Emma, apologies. I now know where I'm at. All right, well, over on the para-female there, Renee's still in that spot, still finding a way through. Let's see Emma making nice progress through the middle there. And we've got a fourth climber out as well. A third climber, Open B, and I think that might be Lachlan in the middle. So we've got Lachlan, we've got Emma, and still on the wall over there, Renee, showing some pretty... oh, no. Lachlan and Renee off. Oh, not Renee. she's still there. Emma. Let's go, Renee. That's it. Left foot up. Now, plenty of choices here, but maybe a few too many for this next move. She's showing a pretty fantastic amount of endurance here to hold on for this long. But, let's hope she can make this next move and get a positive in the score. You can see the elbows coming up there a little bit. Just coming down for a bit of a rest. Smart climbing. And give her a chance to sort of think through what her next move might be. Let's go, Renee. A little fun fact, actually. Australia just had, not so long ago, one of our first medals in climbing. And it was in a para climbing for the para category. All right, our next climber out. The open B male. I believe that's Angus. Now, Angus did get a top on the first qualifier. And got fairly high up in the 20s in the second qualifier. So let's see what Angus has got. Looking a bit more stable and confident there, and see if he can make it through this first section. It's a fairly steep section there, folks. Yeah, that's a great shot. You can see how it kicks back, and you can see his number on the back of his shirt here. Leaning right back. Now this next lightning hold, which is just up over the lip there. Not as good as you want it to be, but big enough. Just got to be quite accurate with those fingers as you go around that lip and break away. Now out to the right with a bit of a side pull. Choosing not to use the side pull. Now I know I've climbed on that orange hold he's got hold of there, and it's big, but it's not as positive as you want. A little bit slippery, and you have to be quite deliberate on making sure you keep some downward pressure on that hold. But he's making great progress here. It looks like he might need to move out to the right there and get into this corner and do a little bit of stemming and movements to see if you can make your way up into the roof. And I think all the spicy bits of the orange route here are going to really start to kick in once you get into this roof or the head wall. Well, it's commonly known as a head wall. He's just about to sort of turn the roof and hit the head wall once he gets through it. But down here in the red, I think that's Daniela or Sarah probably, as we're going along. Too many climbers out at once, and we've got another para female out. I think that might be Jeanette over there on the right-hand side. So we've got Jeanette, we've got Sarah, and we have Angus all on the wall at the same time, which is fantastic. The triple action for the lead climbing, which is super cool. Let's see. Now Angus needs to make a bit of a move up around there. Oh, just about to say, he's looking a little bit. Unsure about that next move, but we've still got two competitors on the wall, Jeanette and Sarah. Sarah just about to make her way sort of out from underneath that roof. We can't see anything under that roof yet, but we will see her coming around here. Oh. Just about to sort of step out and around. It's quite steep. It kicks back there, so hopefully see a few more of the competitors make a little bit of ground here, but which is exactly what Jeanette's been able to do. Renee was caught on a few of the lower holds there before, but Jeanette's made a bit more progress. And finding a way through. Some good feet here at the moment, looking reasonably comfortable, but on a reasonably big hold, but maybe just trying to work out what she needs to do next. Maybe sort of looking for something down and just trying to locate that that hole just underneath there. Now, the athletes are not allowed to stand on the quick draws. There's a folded up quick draw there, and they've been sort of tucked away. Now, at the end of the climbing competition, there can be some appeals because, you know, some of those pieces on the wall have been used unintentionally, often accidentally, but sometimes that does happen. They're not meant to be used at all in any way, shape or form as part of the progression up the wall. But Jeanette here doing quite nicely, and she's working out what she does next. Over here, we've got our next Open B male competitor ready to go, and that's Elijah. He made a top as well on qualifier number 1, but qualifier number 2 in the mid-20s, 25. So he came in at position number 5. Oh, a little bit of a looser maneuver at the bottom here, but hasn't put him off at all. Moving quite deliberately, which is good. And Jeanette making a high point there, so fantastic. Well done, Jeanette. In the provisional lead at this moment in time. Now, don't take that from me, folks, because there is some live scoring going on. There will be some scoring going on from the judges, the people who are actually scoring the competition. So anything that I say is not official in the capacity of scoring. So don't take my word for it. Wait till the end and wait till the official announcements happen. At the end of today, we'll have a presentation ceremony. So make sure you hang around for that. That'd be great to see and support everyone who's climbing today. Got a few shout outs from Jake, Go Alpine and Go Angus, and great to see a few on. Great to see a few online as well. All right, we've got our next few climbers up. Elijah, I think, making getting a high point here on the Open B male. Looking quite comfortable at the moment. He'll pop himself into that corner there, and he might even earn himself a decent rest there if he can get the right position. Yeah, nice little shakeout. Not a bad spot to be, but you can see the head wall out and to the left is what he needs to see, what he needs to do after that. So let's see if he can make his way through this head wall. Had a little rest, bit of a shake, and see if he can make some moves on the way through. Now we've got our next climber out in the Open B female category, which is Daniela. Also in the para female, we've got Eddie Sparks. Made a top in qualifier number 1 and qualifier number 2 in the 26 plus, but all the action is on Elijah right now. Eddie as well. Now Elijah at a high point here for the Open B male, making his way out here. Now this looks like there's 3 jibs or holds out on that big orange half moon. You can see those. There's quite large holes in the roof there. Now, usually those textured as well. It looks like bit of a fall, but. a high point for Elijah, which is great. Fantastic. Well done, Elijah. And right now I think we've got Daniela. Eddie still on the wall. Eddie making great progress. Now she's up around where Jeanette got a high point, I think. So a few more moves from Eddie might get her into those provisional spots for the lead. We shall see. Daniela looking very comfortable here. Nice and comfortable there in and around that corner. Now this is where a little bit of a tough move happens. Got to make sure there's a transition out and around here. Daniela making maybe right hand up into the dish, over the roof, and bring her body around. Let's see what happens. Oh, well, she's going up that way. The hole's big enough. Nice clip. Looks like she might need to transition her body in and around to the left. Just out to the left there is a bit of a side pull that she may have seen, may not have seen yet, but there it is. There it goes. Eddie making good progress. And it just needs to get around, make a transition move, and a bit shouldery. Oh, nice. Wow, okay, good job. Crowd enjoyed that one. Oh, he's down. Now Daniela. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. You can see her fighting there at the end, but again, I think that's a high point for the Open B female. And Eddie as well, making a high point for the para female climbing also. And I think that's, oh, there you go. Just saw her burning out there a little bit, but just needed to get that body position right as she needed to move to the left as we're going along. But all right, we've got our next climber out, sporting some fashionable headwear. A little bit of fun. Leith here. Made a top also in qualifier number one. Few tops in qualifier number one today, and got a 26 plus in the qualifier. So it was up there. Only two moves from the number one qualifier, which was Lewin. So Leith looking very confident here. Nice heel hook, straight arms, conserving energy. No mucking around. No inefficiency in his movements. Just retouching that hole, just making sure he finds the right spot. And finding the right position to clip from, making sure he doesn't burn out too much energy. That's always an important thing to do, especially when, there's a lot of climbing still to come, folks, and the hard climbing arguably is up through the roof. So Leith getting in position for that. But we do have our final para climbing female out. Number 178, Rani. And Rani got a top also, like Eddie, in the qualifier, first qualifier. And, oh, no, Leith is down. Peeled off that one. And sure he would have liked to do a little bit better there. He was looking quite comfortable there for a second. And then he was off. All right. But all eyes on Rani right now. Two tops from Rani in qualifier number one and qualifier number two. So that's not Rani. Apologies, folks. That is Jason. Maybe Rani might be coming out next. All right, Michaela. Now, Michaela did very well. Also, in the qualifiers. So let's see what she's got. See if she's got enough left in the tank after qualifying. 2 qualifying lead climbs this morning. And let's see if she's got enough this afternoon to make it work. All right. Over on Paramail, Jason just trying to work it out as well. Jason looking good. Kayla also up there. Yeah, big shout out there online for the paraclimbers. Yep, they're absolutely legendary, giving it a go. And we've got our next B climber out now. B male getting ready in the background there. I think that's Samuel. Now Samuel got a top in qualifier number 1 also. And qualifier number 2 did quite well. And Michaela and Jason here on the wall. Jason looking good. Been up there for a while now. Hopefully he's got a little bit of endurance in him for these next few moves, because still quite a lot of climbing to go. Michaela making it to this section where she needs to transfer out of that small roof section and make her way onto the head wall. Oh, that's the real stopper, that move. And getting the body around and out and in position. But it looks like Samuel on the wall. The orange lead climb. Oh, and Jason off over there. Now let's see what Samuel's got. He did quite well in the qualifiers. But let's see if he's got the got any energy left after 2 big efforts in the earlier rounds today. Unlike bouldering, the lead climbing seems to be less taxing when it comes to the skin and the physicality, and a little bit more on the endurance, the longer-term energy management for the day. Now Samuel looking good here, making some smart moves about how he positions his body and get himself up into this corner section. Now we did see, I think it was Angus, get himself a nice rest in here and shake out before he charged into the roof section. And you can see those large moon crescent pieces in the roof there where some of the jibs screwed on. Now it makes it a bit more three-dimensional. You can't see them. You can't really see them from underneath the roof, so you've got to sort of feel your way around. You can see the ticks on each of those larger pieces of orange wall there. The volumes gives the climbers a bit of an indication of where they might need to go if they can't see out and around. Now, when they came out for observation, they would have been looking up there trying to commit the climb to memory in some way, shape or form. Now, here he is. Oh. Well, he's doing well, keeping in under the wall there in those jugs, and maybe he just needs to use his feet, heel hook or a toe hook over that way. Maybe we shall see which way it goes. Oh, it's reaching. Oh, looking desperate. He's fighting now. Let's see. Now this is all about core and body tension and good footwork. Come on, Samuel. You can see his elbows rising. He'll go for the positive. He should reach for the next hold if he can. Yeah, you can see him. He might get the plus on the score there, but I think that is the high point thus far in the competition. But well done. You could see his elbows popping up there in the replay, and you could just see he was flaming out there a little bit. Just now, obviously, that's very physical once you start to kick back in the roof. Everything needs to start working. The shoulders start to burn, the forearms are pumping, you start to run out of breath. But he's done well. He's done well. All right, Open B female now. Looks like this might be Kayla Simpson. She was equal third with Samantha, or thereabouts. And let's see if she's got what it takes to make a high point. Now, it's up and around the corner. We know this section here is not a gimme. But Kayla looking quite comfortable and confident so far, which is fantastic. Moving quite nicely here. Now, let's see if she can continue to motor through. Now, she's moving quite fast, which is smart. You don't want to move too slow. You don't want to move too fast and miss a hold or miss a sequence or misread a move. However, I think the pace is quite good. I think we have our first Masters. Well, back to our paraclimbing female, I believe, Rani. And she's on a different type of climb, two different types for the para. All right, Kayla, in this section here, looking to make a... Oh, yes. Now, this was the high point before. And Kayla now just trying to make it work. Now, let's see if she can get her feet right here. Going for the clip. Okay. Now, this looks awkward. Oh! She did make a positive move, so that's good news. That'll count. But we have our paraclimber out, which is Rani, and one of our Open B males, which I believe is Riley in the middle there. Rani down. Yep, Riley up into that corner. We know this this section here, not too bad. Still, you can't take it for granted. Riley just making sure he gets his feet right and his body position right here. Maybe a little bit outstretched here, overstretched, and maybe trying to find a comfortable position to make a move up into this corner. I've seen the others get their left foot up first, so let's see if he can navigate through here successfully, making it a little bit harder than maybe you would like to. Yeah, okay, here we go. Sitting in that corner now, maybe he'll be able to rest up. Just needs to make that clip. Okay. Nice. Gets the clip. See if he can get his body in position here to rest up, and maybe just feeling a little bit stuck in that corner. Made his way with a high foot. He's got that left foot very high, so unlike the others, he's moving straight on, and he might have a little bit more endurance, but there's still a fair bit of climbing to go up through this roof. All right, let's hope he can get himself in a position where he feels a little bit more stable to have a rest. But as we're continuing here, we've got our next climber out, ready to get on the wall. I think it's Emily, our next Open B female. But right now we've got Riley on the wall, making his way up into this section. Now, this is where it really starts to get physical. Before, a little bit of endurance, a little bit of awkwardness in some of those moves up in that corner. But Riley starting to... oh, my Lord. Wow. He's got a bit of power and gets the knee bar. Oh, yep, nice. Well, this is... he might be able to rest up on this knee bar. You never know. He might be able to get a little bit back. He burned a little bit of energy there with a few sequences that might not have done him any favors. But looking fantastic at this point. Anyway, not to be. Samuel a little bit further on that shot, but let's see what we've got here. We might be able to get another shot angle of this just to see underneath that roof as she comes around. This is that section where there's plenty to do. It doesn't let up. Matter of fact, it kicks through this small overhang here, and it changes angles. It changes 3 angles out through and around onto this head wall, which is just where this is the high point. This is the crux section at the moment for the Open B female, and we've got Kobe, New South Wales climber, in the para section. Emily also. Now there's 3 of them. I can't tell who has made the high point just yet, folks. So we'll have to leave that to the judges. There's no scoring up, or the scoring is not up just yet. But Kobe here is part of the para. It's a combination lead and top rope. And just so everybody knows, it's usually about 5 to 8 minutes delay for the scoring to come through to the live scoreboard. So that's all right. We'll have a little look at the end, see if that can be updated as we go along. But right now, we've got Kobe making great progress on this climb. Looking pretty comfortable, actually. All right, our next climber out. I think it's our last climber. No, second last climber, actually, in the Open B male. That's Lachlan Christie. And looking, not Lachlan Christie, Lewin Randall. Apologies, folks. The scoreboards are moving around on me. So there you go, and Kobe over there. So, Lewin, top in qualifier 1, the highest in qualifier 2. Kobe is off the wall. Made good progress there, so arguably he should be up high in the scoring. But we've got Lewin Randall, who is our final climber for Open B male. And that was a move. I tell you what, a few people have not really read this corner section as comfortably in these last couple of climbers. So Lewin, hopefully he's got a little bit left in the tank, because this, just before, saw Riley move through here a little bit less cleanly than he wanted. Well, I tell you what, Lewin just is going to power through. He just said, who needs to rest in this corner? I'll just keep moving on. And maybe he's just looking to, get himself up and into this section pretty quick. Now, he looks like he might be one of the tallest climbers here. I wonder if he's spotted the knee bar. Riley spotted the knee bar before and got a little bit of extra rest through that section. But I tell you what, Lewin just spotting it quite nicely, and only a move or two away from a high point here. So let's see if he can make this section work. Now, this is where he needs to get his feet correct. Now here we go. Oh, wow. That heel just about to come off. And this is a section where he's looking like he's got a bit left in the tank here. Oh, a bit of an awkward clip, but hopefully he can make it work. Matches back up. One more big move up and to the right and to the corner. Maybe a heel hook or something like that he needs. Oh, there's a big power scream. And yes, nice. Oh, bit of a smile for the crowd, but tell you what, I think if that counts, it may have just pipped Riley at the post on that one, but we shall see. That's for the judges, folks. Again, about 8 minutes behind on that one. So Emily Stevenson here in the Open B female. Now let's see. We've got Emily and we've got Brooke to go yet. So let's see if Emily, she's looking pretty fresh right now, all the way up there pretty quickly, nicely into that corner section. See if we can get a better shot of where she is and what she's doing in that corner. There we go. Making good progress. Now she's up in there. Now you can see where the colors change. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different angle, 6 different angle changes in through this wall. So, it's not flat, folks. And now she's just making her way out and around through this section. Looks like she's got a fair bit of energy left, but maybe not really kicking into little foot slip. Just be steady on the feet. Nice. Got some strength left in the tank. And she made the clip yet? Oh, I was going to say, can't move by. Now, this is a bit of an awkward situation here. See, most of the athletes make a big move out there. Nice big foot. Oh, wow. Using everything. Well, that's commitment, and she can do it. Come on. Come on, Emily. Nice. Oh! There you go. Well done, Emily. There was full commitment there, and I'm pretty sure she would have left some skin on the route there. Using everything she had, giving everything in this final climb for her today. Make that move quite nicely, but just the right hand just slipped off a little bit. Maybe the body position wasn't as good as she would have wanted it to be once she made that move. But there you go. One last lead climber to go, I believe, which will be Brooke Farley. All of the other competitors have been out, I believe, so far. So fast and furious here this afternoon, folks. And as we go along, we'll see who is finished in what position at what point. Just a bit of an FYI point. Our final Open B. Oh, no. It looks like this Samuel O'Neill. There we go. Our final Open B competitor this afternoon. Samuel up and making his way on the wall. Let's see if... no, it's not Samuel. That's Peter. Completely... Now, that's not our Open B. Sorry, folks. Was on the wrong sheet. Now, that's our Masters male. Peter! Now, our first Masters out. Peter, one of the Sports Climbing Queensland board members. And an avid climber, been a climber for many years. Showing his skills here on the wall this afternoon. Let's see if Peter's got what it takes this afternoon to make his way through this section here in the Masters section. Now, Masters, I believe, folks, is over the age of 40. In the world of climbing, if you make it to 40, you're a master. Go, Peter. Let's see what you've got. A little bit of a taller climber as well, so that's sometimes an advantage or maybe sometimes a little bit of a disadvantage, depending on what type of move is made and the position and shape of what you need to do. You can see just a little bit more strategy and how he's moving and what he's doing. Just testing it out, making a clip from a comfortable position. Now you can see Peter's stayed a bit lower, where some of the shorter climbers have moved up a little bit higher. Oh no! Trying to step down on that hold didn't really work as well as Peter had probably hoped. That's the way the cookie crumbles, they say, folks. Just looking for a lower foot there, and his looks like his right hand slips from that crimp. A little crimpy hold up on the right. He was looking pretty fresh from that point on, but keep the competition rolling. Our final lead climber for the Open B female, Brooke Farley, out to compete. Now, Brooke made a top in qualifier number 1. Was the highest qualifier got the highest in qualifier number 2, 19. So arguably, as the competition goes on, you could be saving the best till last. Now, as we get up into this corner, we might get an early shot of Brooke moving into this corner and a little bit better angle, I'm sure. Moves into that section. Now, like I said before, changing angles there. First angle just underneath her there, one angle. Now she's changing into this next angle, and we'll move left to the other angles as well. We know where the rubber meets the road on this climb, don't we, folks? Just where that big moon-shaped crescent thing on the black section of the wall, from the dark blue to the black. Eagerly await Brooks maneuvers around and out into that cruxy section. But what we've got on the wall right now, looks like we've got Warren Luck out in the Masters. We've got the two climbers, the dueling climbers, right next to each other, starting to be in the same shot, which is kind of cool. Warren here looking quite good as well. Moving into this section pretty nicely. Starting to slow down a little bit here. Yeah. Oh, well, maybe just that clip's a little awkward, but let's see if she can reset. She's going to go for it from that position again. Just awkward with the clip. This is where you burn a little bit of energy, folks. Trying to make the clip. Oh, no. Oh. That, sometimes is about finding the right body position to make the clip. You can see she's just burned a little bit of energy there. Unfortunate. Brooke, I'm sure she would have hoped to get a bit better run at it. That's part of lead climbing, folks. Always just making sure, it's not only about the climbing, but it's about the efficiency of energy preservation on your clips, on the pacing. A few dimensions to it. All right, Warren, looking pretty in control at this moment in time in this section, where he's got to move out now into this physical section up under the wall. And you can start to see, Climb kicks back at that section and really starts to bring in the physicality. Down lower, a little bit more technique and on your fingers and on your toes, but really you can see the back and the shoulders start to become called upon once you kick back into this roof, and a little bit more technique to make your way through those roofs a little bit smoother. All right. Now it looks like the most of the competitors, other than the male masters, are done. I believe. I think we've got our two masters females actually as well. So we've got a few more of our male masters. It'll be Jimmy out next, I believe, in the male masters, and our first female masters, Michelle Stevenson. Here on the left, on the red. Let's see if Michelle can show us how to maneuver through that section through the roof. Let's go, Michelle. Michelle did quite well in the qualifiers. So we'll see if she's got some stuff left in the tank for one last final effort for this afternoon. Making sure she gets the clips down pat nice and efficiently. Saw before. If you're not efficient with those clips, then it can cost you a fair few moves. Brooke got caught up in the roof there. That's all part of the competition. Michelle doing well. Our next male out, which is Jimmy. Jimmy got a top in the qualifier number one. All of the competitors topped in qualifier number one in the Masters. Jimmy looking good. Michelle making her way up through the head wall there. First part of it anyway. She'll kick out to the left once she moves up into the blue section. Looks like you could get a little rest in there if you've got your body position right, but see if Michelle just charges on or she kicks in here for a rest. We'll see. Jimmy looking good. Comfortable so far on the crimpy section here. Needs to move again in and around this little section, a little change in angle on the wall. Work out sequence of holds and foot placements to move himself up into this corner where he might need to... Oh! Shell off. Jimmy's still on. Now let's see. He's not as tall as Peter. So I wonder if he'll go higher on the feet or stay low on the feet. We'll see. This is where it starts to get a little bit tricky for this climb. Getting a bit of a higher foot, which is... Looks like it's a little bit awkward for the position. Kicking in there. Not really finding what's working here for him, so interesting. Maybe he needs to make the higher move first before he gets his foot too high. You can see there it is. It's big, but it's facing an awkward way. So he's going to make it work. Here we go. Yep. A little bit of a power scream there before. All right, Jimmy, let's see what you've got. See if he goes high. It looks like he might be looking to stay a bit lower. A bit awkward here. It's going to be pretty big on the shoulders for this next move. I'll try and make a clip low, but no, not going to be tall enough for that one. Peter did do it from there, but Peter was a bit of a taller climber. Jimmy looking for the match. You can see that just above his fingers there's a blocker hold. So that hold might be better than might be better if that wasn't there, but the route setters have made it a little bit harder. And you can see the consequences of that right now. But Jimmy finding a spot which is fantastic. A bit of a rest here, almost a no hands rest in that corner, which is quite smart. Bit of flexibility in the hips. Fantastic shot. Great shot of what's next to come. You can see exactly where he's got to go. All right, he's made the move. Let's see it. And he's chosen to go low as well here. Interesting. This is where we've seen one or two people sort of come unstuck, making the clip from a reasonably stable spot. But that's not a great hold there. He's just hoping it stays. You can see the foot is not fantastic. He's looking for something better. He's maybe looking for an edge here, just a little bit more. Oh, Jimmy, good footwork. Good footwork. And now he's ready for getting up in the roof here. Well, he's burned a lot of energy, folks. So, hopefully he's got some left in the tank for these very physical section up through the roof. Let's see if he's got a little bit more left in the tank. All right, our last Masters female climber, Emily Ames. Oh, Jimmy's down. And Emily stepping on the wall. Now, Emily, a bit of an experienced climber. Been around in a few of the competitions, knows the lay of the land. So hopefully we'll see Emily do well here today. Emily topped qualifier 1 and qualifier 2 in the earlier rounds today, which is great news. Really smooth on the clipping. And you can see, folks, 1 extra second or 2 extra seconds for each of the clips, or, having 2 goes at clipping rather than 1 go at clipping. You can see how that builds up over 20 or 30 handhold moves on the wall, plus, 10 or 12 clips as well. The amount of energy saved can make the difference between 1, 2, 3, or 4, or even a top in a lead climb. So it's all about keeping your movements efficient and making sure that those clips happen like clockwork. Now, Emily, nicely in here, finding that little rest spot like I talked about before, just smartly kicking in, kick the hips in, kick the knee in, and just find a spot where it's not too bad to rest off the arms. Let's see if she can navigate this section well. All right, we know there's a little bit of awkwardness coming around the corner. Clip is good. Now this section here, Emily, yeah, here we go. Nice, long, straight arms. If she can just keep her body position in the right spot, then, all right, here's the move, folks. Now, maybe a right footer underneath, a bit of a toe hook or something. Oh, very nice. Emily, good body position. Controls the, oh. Now she had to control a bit of a barn door there, but Emily, a nice high point. We've got our next Masters male out on the wall. I think that's Nathan Wright. Again, another one of the Queensland board members. Great to see. Peter and Nathan on the wall as well today, competing. Fantastic. Emily, 1 move away from the top, Emily. Looking absolutely solid. Well done. All Emily has to do is clip the top anchors. And that's it. Well done. The crowd enjoyed that one. Well done, Emily. It's great to see a top. Fantastic. Well, there you go. A Masters master in progress. Bit of a schooling for us all today. Let's see if Nathan's got what it takes to make some progress here. Nathan again up into this corner. Let's see how he navigates through this section. Let's see if there's some flexibility needed to get yourself up into this corner quite nicely. We've got 4 more competitors after this. Nathan making a top on qualifier number 1. Doing quite well on qualifier number 2. Going a little bit higher here. Keeping his feet a little bit lower. Nice. You can see his elbow up there, so he's just got to work this corner section. Very strong. This is where hopefully he's arrived here with a bit of energy. Just going to try and find a spot here to rest up. There we go. Now, he knows where he's got to go. It's pretty obvious. I'm sure he's trying to get back a little bit of juice in the tank to see if he can't motor out through this section here. Those holes look big, and they are big. However, folks, once it kicks back, often it doesn't matter how big the holes are. Yep, if it's physical and you arrive with not enough energy, sometimes might struggle to make it work. Yeah, nice work, Nathan. Making some great progress here out through the roof. Fantastic. Finds the knee bar. I wonder if he's just going to try and get a bit of a rest here. Oh, big move. Now let's releasing from the knee bar is always. Oh, I was going to say is tough, but Nathan quite nicely making good progress through that roof there. So big move there, but again, quite smart, finding the knee bar, making a positive move for the next one. And for the scoring, probably books the high point at this point in time. However, folks, we still have a few climbers to go. Our 2 masters female done an absolute master schooling for us all from Emily Ames just a moment ago, making a top. And right now, another masters male, Wing Chung. Just getting a bit of a briefing and an update from one of the judges, making sure he knows what's going on. He's got himself sorted. He's ready to roll. Now there is a timing. There is timing on each of these climbs, folks, depending on where you are. But I believe it's 8 minutes. So the climbers do have 8 minutes to make their way from the bottom to the top. And if they don't make it in the time, then they have to come off the wall. However, if there is a tie or something like that, sometimes it could be count back to the previous round. Sometimes it could be count back to time. So it's always great to understand the rules, especially if you're a competitor. But let's see what Wing Chung's got to left at the end of the day. Up through the big volumes here. Now the holds look big, but they're not as good as you want them to be. So let's see. I'm sure he'll want to move quickly through this section so he doesn't burn too much energy. Clipping from the right position also helps with energy management, and he's doing quite nicely here so far. So far, so good. Let's see what he's got. And we know it gets down to the business section a little bit higher up, but Might have cross-handed himself here a little. Or burning a little bit of energy. Now dropping back down. Yeah, there. See, a little bit of route reading there, folks. Just off on a different direction. Hopefully that didn't cost him too much energy. A little bit of a shakeout now. There we go. A little bit pumped. Now that section was steep, but with fairly big holds. But you don't want to arrive to this next section with a little bit of a pump in the forearms. We'll see if he's any good on the old crimpers. And sometimes, depending on the style that you're good at, maybe the open-handed sloping stuff that's coming up might be better than the crimps or the jugs, but we shall see. A few minutes to go. The last 5 or 6 minutes of Wing Chun's competition. So let's see if he's read this section well, and he can get back a little bit of energy that maybe he burned a little bit down there, a bit lower. Finding a nice spot here. This is not a bad little rest point. Find himself a good little section in this corner where you can almost get an hands free. But, that's that hold is not straightforward. It's a pinch. You need to keep an eye on what's going on with your hands. They can slip without notice, so you can't relax, that's for sure. All right, let's see if he can get himself up into the corner. Choosing a high foot here. He's a little bit shorter, so that could be a good bit of beta for him. It takes a bit of weight off the shoulders here, so he's got a nice high foot moving over. Much easier the high foot on the shoulder. So let's see if he can move through to the big hold in the roof pretty quickly, and he does. All right, now let's see. Some big jugs through the roof, and some very physical maneuvers. Fantastic to have you online as well, folks. So thanks for joining. Give us a shout out. Let us know where are you flying in from today, from around this wonderful country or the world. Give us a shout out. Where are you watching the live stream from? Always good to get a bit of interaction in the stream. Right now you're watching one of the Masters climbers. Oh! It's down. All right, Wing Chun, we've got 3 to go. Paul, Tui, and Neil. Final male Masters on the lineup. While we're waiting, we might have a quick look at one of our sponsors. Take this opportunity to say a big thank you to the volunteers, folks. You can see them all in the fluoro vests. We've got volunteer belayers, we've got volunteer judges, we've got volunteer coordinators. Big shout out to Sports Climbing Queensland as well. We couldn't do it without all the volunteers, and a big shout out to the competitors as well. Couldn't do it without you guys. It's great to see the competition scene growing here in Queensland and also throughout Australia. Fantastic to have such a good live stream as well. Hopefully those who are at home or not able to make it physically are enjoying the live stream. And we've got our third last competitor, Paul Finch, about to jump on the wall. Paul's done pretty well earlier today. Got a top, Made it pretty high in the qualifications. Number 2 as well. So let's see. Paul just got plenty of energy. So let's see if he can make some progress where others haven't yet on this orange route here. Quite smart. I think it's quite smart to move through this section at the bottom here fairly fast, not muck around. Nice foot maneuver there. A little bit of a toe jam. Every little moment counts, and he read that route quite nicely there. Good clipping, quick maneuvering through this bottom section. Making sure he doesn't waste too much energy or time. So hopefully that'll pay dividends a bit higher on the wall for him. Good with the feet. Oh. Just finding the right section here just to move across. Yep, nice. And again, this is where every little sort of bit of energy counts here. So Paul, clipping from a nice stable stance, which is great. Hailing from the Alpine team. Big shout out. Making his way up into this corner. This is a little bit tricky. See which way he decides to take the footwork. Either staying low or maybe getting a bit high, but he can reach that next quick draw. So that's great. He doesn't have to worry too much about that up in the roof. So hopefully that's quite useful for him moving through this section here. Yeah, choosing the high foot. See if he gets this hand swap here. Little Houdini, little swap in the roof. Just that extra move to make things a little bit harder done by the route setters, but choosing to ignore that big hole over there and just move straight into the roof. Now he's not mucking around. Decided he's going to give it a good whirl. Oh no! Oh, come on, Paul. That was he rescued that. That's for sure. Making another clip. Oh no, missed that clip. Maybe starting to sort of burn out with some energy here. Get the clip done, then you can feel confident to make the moves. If you're sort of looking for points, you need to make your way through this roof. Find the knee bar, hopefully. Oh, just didn't get the knee bar in. Well done, Paul. Yeah, got pretty pumped. I think maybe there just got a little bit lost on the way through. We know up in that section there that knee bar probably can help. This is where a couple of sections here just before that, one section before that, just tried that clip before and couldn't make it work. And this is the difference here between sort of, one extra hold, one extra move. It's just that efficiency as you're going through when it comes to your clipping. Just tries to get the knee bar in and just popped out. So would have rested up there if he got that good solid knee bar, which would have been nice for him. Gained back a little bit of energy. But there you go. Right, on the home stretch with our competitors. Our last two right now. Tui. And Tui making a top on qualifier number 1 and qualifier number 2 did quite well as well, up in the 27 plus. So Tui and Neil pretty well neck and neck for the top position. So let's see what he's got in the tank for his final climb of the day. Ian and I would be having a conversation right now. So he's a socks and shoes type of guy. It's a very new thing, climbing gym thing. No judgment. Just a preference. There we go. All right, so he's away. So far, so good. Early days. moving quickly and efficiently through this bottom section. Yeah, he saw that. He saw that out. Yep. Fantastic. Nice heel hooks. Finding good body positions that are efficient when it comes to energy management. Oh. All right. Tui looking good. Just stopping midway, having to do up his shoe. Got plenty left in the tank there, so well done. Sometimes that's just the way it is. Moving into this corner fairly quickly. Looking quite good, actually. Now let's see. He's a bit taller, so let's see what he does in the corner here. What he makes. Oh, getting a bit crossed up here. Oh, okay. Now his feet are low, so it's putting a lot of work on the forearm and the shoulders, but let's see if he's efficient. It's a big move. He's going to make the clip first. It makes sense. Oh, strong. Very strong. All right. Okay. Burned a little bit of energy there, and can see just quite unsure about what he needs to do through this next section. All right, there he goes. All right. In the roof, making good progress. Now, he's gotten here quite fast, and by and large, fairly efficiently. So you would think he'd have a fair bit left in the tank. Spotted that knee bar early. Nice. Just his hand in the way, just putting up there. So, all right. Let's see if his knee bar helped him out. Because we've seen others have their feet over to the other side. Where's he going? Where's he going? Oh, not really. Now that knee bar, not the left. He's got the left up. Maybe to the right. Oh. So he just a little bit mixed up in the roof there, but there you go. Pull up and do his shoe up. That's all right. And sometimes that does happen with those Velcros because they do get caught on the rope. Had that happen to me once or twice as well, but not to be phased on that one. Just kept on climbing on. Well done. Anyway, there you go. All right, folks, we've got our last climber out in just a moment, Neil. And we're ahead of schedule here this afternoon, which is quite unusual for a competition, folks, but nothing wrong with that. So great to have you on the live stream anyway. Fantastic. There's Tui just trying to make it through the roof there. Wasn't quite able to make those maneuvers. Harris going to work. All right, good shout out. Thanks, Harris. And our last climber of the day, Neil. Just getting a bit of a briefing from the judges. Making sure he's got the hang of things here today. Let's see. Let's see if he's... Let's see if he's got something special for the final climb and the final competitor of today's competition. Let's go, Neil. Did well in the previous couple of qualifiers. Made a top in qualifier number 1. And got one of the high points in qualifier number 2. So Neil looking good. What's going on here? Oh, something happened there. Not quite sure what went on there, folks, but this is our final climb up for the competition. We might find out what that was. We may not. But Neil climbing on. All right. Well, This is all part of competing. You've got to be prepared for whatever happens, whatever goes on. And Neil looking very smooth so far. Moved through that section very fast and very efficiently. Very nicely into the corner here. We know that it's a little bit awkward, depends on how you get in there, but he's nice. Yeah, down. Good hands. Good efficiency. If he needs to get his feet up a little bit, he's a little bit strung out there, but again, nice energy management there with, the opposing pulling and pushing. Gets himself going with the quick draw. Nice as well. Neil's choosing to move straight into the roof. Not try and get too much of a rest or worry too much about getting some energy back there. Obviously feeling pretty good so far. There's Victor Hall, the official photographer of the sports climbing Queensland competitions. Always gets great shots. Well done, Victor. Big shout out to you, my friend. Neil looking good. He's choosing to go straight up, which is good. This is where we've seen most of the competitors get some really good progression, just going straight through. Neil, really nice there. Got a bit of an ankle, something or other. Ankle and now this is where you sort of got to be careful cutting free here, and where the rope is sort of underneath him, flip him over as well. So just a little bit of a worry about where that rope is. All right, he's looking okay. Yep. Thankfully got that clip done without too much hassle and too much concern. Looking pretty good now. Oh, there you go. Neil, I think, might have made the high point there for the Masters. Pretty close to the high point for the overall comp as well. But there you go, folks. Well, we've seen the action this afternoon. A bunch of climbers through the competition for Open B male, Open B female, Masters, male and female, para male and female as well. So hang around, folks. We will have a presentation ceremony, and we'll find out who the winners are. We'll give it a few minutes, and we'll have a listen to the sponsors, maybe have a look at a couple of highlights, and then I'll come back to you and see if some of the scoring's updated. We might go through it and hang around until team come back and give us the actual official scoring for this afternoon, and there'll be some podiums and presentations, so it'd be great if you can hang around. There you go, folks. Don't go away. Hang with us. We'll be right back after a few messages from the sponsors. Well, there you go, folks. We've seen the action this afternoon, which is fantastic. Very soon we're going to have the podiums and presentations, so make sure you hang around for that. At this moment in time, though, we do have a few of the scores up. That says semi-finals. It's meant to be finals. The team are just fixing that up, I think. We do have some preliminaries at this moment in time for the team, or the judges have sent on through. So at the moment, we go in sort of reverse order. We got sort of the open B male. Looks like Lewin, Samuel, and Riley. 1, 2, 3 at this moment in time, which is fantastic. At the moment, we've got Samantha, Kayla, and Daniela in the Open B female. So the Masters male at this moment in time hasn't updated just yet. We've got the Masters female, Emily Ames, making a top there, which is fantastic. Well done, Emily. Michelle in second. In the para, Kobe comes in with Jason in second, and the para female at this moment in time, Rani, Eddie, Jeanette, and Renee is the finishing sequence. So hang around, folks. We've got a few more of the scores to update. But there you go. Look at that. A shot from the team there, live on site, doing all the good stuff. But the podiums and presentations usually take about 5 to 10 minutes to get organised and get sorted. In the meantime, we might hear from our supporters, and we might have a look at a few of the replays or something like that. But don't go away, folks. We'll be right back with the final scores and the podiums and presentations. And your speed blistering and my speed blistering.